this show has opened doors and allowed me to sing for people all around the globe, and I am so grateful for that. So thank all of you on this stage who were a part of making the show what it is.
Rebecca Holden. Rebecca, we have people that are coming that came from England, Germany, France, Spain, Croatia, Malawi. We have people from Canada, Japan. Our hearts go out to all our friends in Japan.
This young man is from Malawi.
From Malawi. We have people from Australia, New Zealand, and even Las Vegas. So moving right along, let's go to the new kid on the block. Please put your hands together for the talented actor, our friend Mr. Paul Campbell. Let's hear for the Knight Rider 2010.
Thank you very much. It's so cool for me to be here today, you know, and you get a sense when you're on a show like Knight Rider, though there is such a huge fan base. With our incarnation of the show, there was already a big built-in fan base, which was nice going into the show. It didn't help the show succeed, unfortunately, but it was so great to be able to do a season of a show that was so beloved by so many and have a shot at making something great. And, you know, I had a little experience with a similar show. I seem to have found my niche in reincarnation and sci-fi shows. I did 2 seasons of Battlestar Galactica, the remake of Battlestar Galactica, playing the character Billy. That's kind of my niche, playing the character Billy in reincarnation and sci-fi shows. And it's in that show, similar to Knight Rider, you know, the fan base is so strong, and you don't realize it until you come to an event like this, and you get to really meet the fans, and just see what a great community of people it is that come together with a shared love for the show. And, you know, and hearing these stories of how the show has changed people's lives, I mean, that's wonderful. And that's kind of why we're here, is because we're able to, you know, hopefully help some children that are in need. And it's just such a great feeling to be part of it, and I hope I keep coming back year after year. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Mr. Bill, let's hear one more time for Paul Campbell. Moving that microphone all the way down, we're going to go to the music side, because the music is always what's exciting about shows. It creates the excitement or the tension, gives you different emotions. You're not going to talk, are you? Oh, yes, you are. Please put your hands together for my good friend, Mr. Don Peak. Don, talk about music. And by the way, we have a guitar here signed by the entire cast, and we're going to auction it. The only person that hasn't signed it yet is Don, but he will sign it for you as well. Good morning. I'm going to just shut up and let the frog in my throat talk here. Knight Rider made a huge difference in my life. I was composing scores for television, and I've been a guitar player for a long time. I was out with Ray Charles for 10 years. And all of a sudden, Robert Foster called me and said, I've got this show. It's about a car. And I said, well, I'm a little car racer. What's it about? He said, it's called Knight Rider. So I took over the show. I did about 77 shows. And the amazing thing is, as you said, you guys, here we are. I don't want to say 30 years later, but I think it is. And we have an amazing family of people. Last night we had some folks, and I'm sorry I didn't get to hear you sing last night. I was just so exhausted. But, okay, thank you. Catherine, you will always be Stevie to me. I want you to know that. That's right. Anyway, so I wrote all this music. I had a great time. I had a great orchestra. And I just thank everybody because you're I have some CDs today. I'm going to be sitting out there somewhere if anybody wants one. And thank you very much, Paul, for your Don P. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're at it, on the creative side, this event this year was basically the people that were behind the scenes that made it exciting, that came up with the ideas, that put it to fruition. Guys like Donna would look at a scene and create the music for it. Or somebody would come over and say, hey, you know, I have this idea for this car, but I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know you're going to make it look good. So he goes to a guy that works for Mattel. He's got the creative mind. His name is Michael Chaffee, and he created these kits, both the way it looks and the way it performs. Let's hear it, Michael. Thank you, Paul.
Hi, everyone. It's a huge privilege to be here. I had no idea when we put this car together almost 30 years ago, sorry, Don. Hard to believe. I had no idea anything like this would happen. I'd see a whole street full of kid replicas, that anyone would build a replica car. I know how much work that takes. People have driven 3,000 miles to get their cars here today. People have come, like Paul says, from all over the world. It's a huge privilege to be here. You work on the show, it's like a message in a bottle. It just goes out there to the world, and that 30 years later, people remember the show, or they're willing to come halfway around the world, or invest their hard-earned money and their time and their lifeblood into making a replica of a car. That's a huge compliment to the show. Nothing I ever expected. It's an honor to be here. I grew up just like all you guys, drawing cars and making stuff, and I had a teacher in school who says, you know, Michael, you're not going to earn a living drawing cars. And I'm so glad she was wrong.
Talk about that in the future, Michael. Come on.
Seriously, I've learned so much from my teachers. I've had a lot of teachers in life, and teachers, nurses, farmers, doctors, they really help people. And when you work on a television show, you hope it's going to help someone. And the whole great thing about being here is I get to meet so many people, and they say, you know, that show made a big difference to me. There was a war on, I was living with my grandparents in Austria, I got to watch that show once a week. People change their lives. I had no expectation of that, so I feel honored to be here. I feel honored to have been part of this show. Paul wants me to talk about another show with a crazy DeLorean car. That was another huge honor, right? They had a guy named Ron Cobb who did concept sketches, and another gentleman named Andy Probert who did more, and I got to go on kind of a glorified scavenger hunt and look for all this stuff and draw what it would look like if you put it on the car. And a bunch of goofy things, Dr. Brown, the brainwave analyzer, a dog food opener, and he's got all kinds of crazy stuff, a little tabletop model. He's going to wind up a car and send it down this little ping pong table model. What's that look like? So we had a lot of fun to work on a show like that too. And just like Jack and everyone said, it's an honor to work with talented people. I made a prop for a show. I'm not confused about this. It's the actors, it's the music, it's the writing, it's Glenn Larson's idea. That made something people remembered, and I'm so happy to be here today.
Michael Shea, ladies and